Hello, hello. The Ides of March. We need to be careful for traders. It's actually a day to pay off the debts, and we know that Shakespeare in his play had written um, what Shakespeare said as Brutus stabbed him to death. He said, "As Tu Brutus." Scholars have pondered this and actually have come up with this idea, this conclusion that in all likelihood it is indeed what Caesar had said. So March 15th is the Ides of March. The 13th is actually Nones, which is similar to that. And it usually occurs with months that have 30 days. The Ides are on the 15th. And so today I thought I would do a pour that is just basically all greens using and one yellow in anticipation, of course, of March 17th, which is St. Patty's Day. So I thought I would use this 18 by 18 birchwood canvas and do a ring pour, and hopefully it will work out. So let me introduce you to my color palette. I'll be using a USA Art Supply, which is an ivy green blue iridescent color. I'll also be using Abbey Air forest green in a metallic, hoping that comes through as well. And Art Me iridescent new dragon flash. I thought that sounded exciting. I'll also be using a sunflower yellow by Nick Pro, and that's a pre-pour. I did add a little bit of Liquitex to all of the paints, and I added a little bit of Flutrol as well. This I made with a mica powder, a flash green, and then I added to that a little bit of the iridescent acrylic paint to get it just a little bit darker, so it's more of a pistachio green. And I'm hoping that when it's down on the canvas, it actually shines through really, really well. And then I thought I would do a gold swipe. Who doesn't want, especially on St. Patty's Day, that gold at the end of the rainbow? So we just a little bit. So what I want to do is actually use the 5-section cup for this pour, and we'll see how it goes. I think I'm going to actually do the darker, rich Art Supply green on the end. The center usually is for more or has a wider section, so there's more color that will come out there. I was debating whether or not to use the white, but I'm hoping this works out. I did make them a little bit on the thicker side. I find that with this type of pour, it just seems to work better. Um, but again, I'm not an expert. It's my journey. I thank you so much for joining me on this journey. Do hit that subscribe button. Shout out to my new subscribers. I so appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. All right, so I want to continue just layering this up or filling up those sections. Making a mess this morning. That debt that the Ides of March tells us or shows us should be paid. I'm not sure, but I don't know. Sometimes it's those funny little things that we think about. I love Shakespeare, and his historical plays are spot on. He was able to write quite a bit, and under the royalty at the time, he was actually given carte blanche to create and weave his historical plays. Some of them didn't shed very positive light to the royalty, whether it was Richard, Edward, Henry's, all the way on down. quite fascinating. I love Shakespeare. The history plays are my favorite. Henry V is actually my go-to. And if you haven't seen Kenneth Branagh's version of Henry V, it's real good. And it's spot on in terms of the um, the accuracy or word for word as it appears in Shakespeare's play. All right, I want to put down a pillow, and then I'm going to turn on some music as I do the pour and allow you to enjoy, and I'll see you at the end. move this to the side and take it for a spin. And before we move on, let's see how it goes. Have a real pretty feather effect in the center. Beautiful deep emerald green, rich forest greens, and the pistachio in here is real pretty. Love how it's feathering out, almost creating branches to a tree right in here. Real pretty. All right, let's spin it some more. Celebrating the Ides of March. If you have any debts that you need to consider, today would be a good day. All right, so celebrating the Ides of March. And I'm just going to continue on with this and turn the music back on. I think I'm not going to do anything else to deconstruct this. Really love what's going on. So I opted to, I did deconstruct it a little bit. I used the palette knife just to run through the paint and create more of a leafy pattern in here. And it actually worked out really well. So I do not want to do a gold swipe to this. Celebrating the Ides of March. Let me take you in for a close-up. I'm really loving the way this worked out, and the color palette was spot on, I think. Please do leave your comments. I so appreciate your support. Thank you so much. Be good to one another and yourselves.